That the testimony you're about to give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. I'll have you have a seat. And I'm taking a guess right now that you're soft-spoken, so...
No, I can handle it.
You can? Okay, so if you could put that microphone right up to your mouth, and then tell us your full name and spell your last, please.
Annette Crandall, Crandall.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Ms. Ivan?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Crandall, on October 31st of 2023, were you contacted by law enforcement regarding the investigation with Todd and Linda Stermer?
Sounds like about the right time frame.
And do you remember January 7th of 2007?
Somewhat. It was a long time ago.
Did you go to the scene of the fire?
I did.
And how early did you arrive at the scene?
Some of the fire trucks were there, some were still arriving.
So you were pretty close in time to the start of the fire trucks arriving.
Yes.
What did you do when you arrived on scene?
I parked across the street to stay out of the way.
And then what did you do?
Watched. I did call my cousins because they were also friends and told them what was happening, and waited until one of the firefighters' wives showed up with cases of water, and I helped carry them to the scene.
So you were carrying like drinking water?
Cases of drinking water.
And who are your cousins that you called?
Kim and Ken Thompson.
And who helped? Then you were helping. Then who dragged the water up?
I don't know who brought the water. I just know it was one of the firefighters' wives.
Did Kim and Ken Thompson, your cousins, come to the scene?
They did.
And at that, how long did it take before they arrived on scene?
I have no idea.
Was it a short amount of time after you arrived?
I couldn't tell you.
Did you see Linda Stermer at the scene?
I did. She was sitting in a pickup truck with a deputy, and I asked the deputy if I could sit with her. And he got out of the truck, and I sat with her for a while.
So then you were there keeping her company?
Yes.
And can you describe her demeanor at that time?
She was pretty much in shock. We talked small talk. She wasn't real talkative.
But she was able to have a conversation with you, answer your questions.
I didn't ask many.
And at some point, did you call your mother, Gail?
Yes, I did.
Why did you call Gail?
Because Linda's clothes were wet and messy, and she needed dry clothes, and my mom's about the same size, so I called her and asked her to bring Linda some clothes.
Did you ask her to bring anything else?
I think I said shoes, but I can't tell you that for sure.
Did you see if Linda had shoes on?
She did not.
Was she in her bare feet?
Socks.
And at some point, did your mom arrive with the shoes and clothing?
She did.
And did you give them to Linda?
I don't remember. Yes, I don't remember the exact order of things.
Were you with her when she changed?
No.
Did you see her after she changed?
I don't think so.
Okay. So after you brought her the clothes, do you remember what you did?
Mom brought her the clothes, and then Mom sat with her. I can't tell you where, and I think I left.
You left? So how long do you think you were there?
A couple hours.
A couple hours. And when you left, where was Linda at the time you left?
I think she was in the ambulance.
Did you ever say anything to Linda about why there was blood on the van?
I didn't say, I had no way of knowing that. I didn't say anything to Linda about that.
Did you have any conversations after that day about the blood on the van?
No, she'd made a comment about the van that she had tried to pick Todd up and leaned him against the van to open the door.
So she was the one telling you that?
Yes, I didn't ask her anything. She told me that.
Because you didn't know about the van, you didn't know about blood, you didn't know
no,
about any of that?
I had not been behind the house. I knew none of that.
So she told you she picked Todd up and leaned him against the van?
Yes.
And that's why there was blood on the
Yes.
van? Did she make any other comments about Todd?
No.
Do you see Linda Stermer in the courtroom today?
Yes.
And could you just point to her and describe her by something she's wearing?
Black jacket, peach shirt.
Person that was there on January the 7th of 2007 that met with Ms. Crandall.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So, recognize.
Thank you. I have no further questions. Thank you, ma'am. The defense counsel may.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Ms. Crandall.
Good afternoon.
How long have you known the Stermer family?
I've known Linda for a long time. I can't tell you when I met her. I didn't know the whole family. I knew Linda.
Okay. Okay. And from your house to their property, was it within walking distance?
Oh, no, 2 or 3 miles.
2 or 3 miles? What was it that gave you indication that there was some disaster that had occurred at her house?
The fire department went by my house, and I had a nudge that said, go to the fire. I don't know. That was all that. So I went.
Okay. Do you know?
I didn't know where it was.
Oh, so you didn't know where it was.
No idea.
So after the fire department came by your property, did you just decide to get in your car and drive through the? It would be the neighborhood or the area.
The area.
The area. Okay. And to your surprise, you come upon the property that is a friend of yours. Is that
Yes,
correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, when you arrived, did you see any other first responders other than the one fire truck?
There were several fire trucks there. There were still fire trucks arriving.
Okay. Okay. Did anyone prevent you from coming up on the property?
No.
Okay. Did you have to speak with any law enforcement officer to identify who you were
No.
for being there?
No.
Okay. Okay. So when you first arrived, where did you see Miss Stermer?
I didn't.
You didn't see her?
I was on the other side of this road. It was not close to the house, and I stayed out of the way.
Okay. So you parked your vehicle on the side of the road, and then walked up to the property?
Yes.
About how far a distance was that?
100 yards?
Okay. Okay. Had you been to the property before?
No.
Never?
Never.
Okay. But you knew that's where Linda Stermer stayed?
I did.
You just had never been inside the house?
Correct.
Okay. Were you living there when they started building the house?
I don't
In the
know.
area?
I don't know.
Okay, okay. Well, now you're on the property, you see that you can clearly see that the house is burned. Is that right?
Correct.
Fire department is still trying to suppress the fire. Is that
Correct.
correct? And how do you find out where Linda is? Does somebody tell you that she's
No,
in
I saw her sitting in the pickup truck.
You saw her sitting in the pickup truck? Okay. Okay. When you first approached the truck, can you explain what her look was? her demeanor?
I didn't approach the truck on her side. I approached the side the deputy was sitting on. And so I didn't see Linda clearly until I got in the truck.
Okay. So was it a truck that had a back seat?
No.
Okay. So you got in the front seat with Linda?
Yes.
Okay. And you could immediately tell then that she was in shock?
Acted that way, yes.
Okay. And that you stated that her clothes were disarrayed, that they were wet.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Was it anything else distinguishable about her clothes that you could tell us today?
I'm not an expert, but it appeared to be they had blood, mud, something on them. I didn't look real closely.
Okay. Okay. From that point, that time of day, on that date, what would you say the weather conditions were?
It was sloppy, snowy, muddy. It was, I don't remember if it was snowing. It might have started raining or snowing. I don't remember that. I remember the ground was wet and snowy and muddy.
And muddy? Mm-hmm. Okay. And was driving kind of compromised because of the...
I didn't try to drive on it, but I would think so.
Okay. Was the road that you drove on?
No, it's paved.
Oh, the road was your road. Was the property her, Ms. Stermer's property, was there any concrete pavement on their property?
Not that I saw.
Okay. And so after you got in the truck and you were, I would say, consoling Ms. Stermer, is that right?
Yes.
And you said you called your mother to see if she could bring some clothes to Ms. Stermer?
After a while, yes.
Okay. And did your mother in turn do?
Yes, she did.
Did she come to the location, or did you have to go get the clothes?
No, she came to the location.
Okay. Now, did your mother stay a while you were there?
Yes, she stayed a while. I don't remember how long.
Okay. And your mother's name is?
Gail?
Miss Gail Crandall?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Now, when your mother arrives with the clothes, how does Miss Stermer change clothes?
In an ambulance?
In the ambulance?
Yes.
Do you know what items was brought to her?
I do not.
Okay. Did you go to the ambulance with her?
No, I did not.
Do you know how she was escorted to the ambulance?
I don't remember.
Okay. Did you stay there until she changed clothes, though?
I don't know that I did.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. But based on some information, you knew that she was able to change clothes in the ambulance?
That was my understanding.
Okay. Okay. Have you ever observed anyone that has been in a traumatic situation like a house fire? Friend of
No,
yours?
not like this.
Not like that?
No.
Okay. Did you happen to see Mr. Stermer just by coming up on the property when you arrived?
No.
You did? Okay. Have you had to give any interviews to any insurance investigators or any other law enforcement agencies?
Just a deputy. I was interviewed by a deputy.
That night?
No, no, no. This was 18 months ago-ish.
Oh, in preparation of
Yes.
trial? Okay. Okay. Can I have just a second? I think I'll be finished, Your Honor. Thank you, Ms. Crandall. I have no further questions. I'm sorry.
I just have one brief one. So you left before you actually talked to any deputies or anything on scene that night?
Correct.
I have no further questions. I just wanted to make that clear. Thank you.
Jury, do you have questions of her? I've got at least one hand going up. Did you write it down already? Okay, thank you. Counsel. Lawyers, how much snow was on the ground at the time at the event at the Stermer house? Obviously, you would only know from when you got there, but
It wasn't a lot. I would say 3 to 4 inches, enough to be sloppy.
okay, thank you. Counsel, any other questions in light of that question and answer?
Can I have back the first exhibit? I'm going to show you what we've already admitted as People's Exhibit number 1. Can you just kind of flip through those and just take a look at the ground? So when you first arrived, it was after the fire trucks came. Did the weather change from the time you arrived till the time you were there?
I don't know that the weather changed, but there was a lot of traffic, and there wasn't enough snow that it couldn't have been affected by the traffic and the heat.
I'm sorry, there wasn't enough snow that
There,
would
it
have...
wasn't a huge amount of snow. It was enough to be sloppy and messy, was what I remember.
Okay, and you remembered, I think you said something about rain too, is that
Yes.
right? So when you're looking at those pictures, does that seem to refresh your memory or out of the ordinary for what would have been that night, the weather that night?
That could have been.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Anything else, Mr. Kelly?
Ms. Crandall, may I approach you? Sure. Would it be fair to say that that's based upon your observation of when you arrived at the location, approximately what time was it you think you arrived?
I have no idea.
Was it dark?
I don't believe so.
It wasn't dark?
It was close.
Okay. But those pictures look as if it's in the dark though, right?
Correct.
Right. And it wasn't dark when you arrived there?
It was close, but no, it was not dark.
Right. Okay. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Anything else, Ms. Siderly? Jury, any other questions of her? No questions. May she be excused from her subpoena?
I would ask that she please be excused from subpoena.
Any objection, counsel?
No objections, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you. You're done, and you're excused from your subpoena obligation. Ms. Siderly?
Making a quick change just based on time.
Okay.
The people call Steve Leach to the stand.